A crazy one. Really excited to get into this. We have Serenity versus TradeLikePros Red.
I mean, but we've seen both of these, at least organizations, play amazing in the VCS. Some great runs. Serenity with a new roster, not the same roster that we've seen in some of these finals, but they are just as strong because they've got some big names on their side.
Yeah, Root with the really troll Sage hover there for just a second. Don't even tease us with it, Root. We know you're not playing Sage. Probably going to go ahead and lock in that raise that he's hovering. He is such a talented raise player. But I'm really excited to have this new Serenity lineup. Big Serenity fans here at the VSS, and really excited to see them pick up this roster that is formerly, most of them are formerly on Lemonade Stand, which are previous VSS winners. So none of these players new to the VSS. Definitely going to be a really high intensity match. And for the first time today, we are off of Ascent.
Yeah, first time today, sort of had to move out a little bit. Now we're on to Haven. And it's something that we don't highlight a ton, but I think you sort of mentioned is these players have been in the VCS a long time. And something with our tournament is the long tournament. There's a lot of games that you play just in one day. And we're here in the round of 16, which is about the middle of the day. And these teams that make it further on, you have to have the stamina because you're just game after game after game. And sometimes it affects those teams that are newer to these tournaments. But these two sort of veteran, at least experienced in the VCS, will be a really good matchup. I'm excited to see how these two teams play each other.
Yeah, actually no Cypher on the board for either team, which is really weird.
We do have Cypher, though.
We have a Cypher.
We have a Cypher.
We have a Cypher, but we don't have a Cypher. That little bit of a mouthful, but Larry starting things off here with that. I think it was his shock dart. No, it was his recon bolt rather. But
I think he might have dropped a shock dart as well in there.
The quick 2-tap there with the arrows flying out. But it looks like we have Serenity grouping up as 5 members getting ready to head in towards A. A big push about to come through here. One member of TradeLikePros headed up into the Heaven.
Yep, Cypher up into Heaven. As he actually might be able to take out this spike.
Man.
Bang. Drops with the spike, and now it's a 4v5. Big setting up the turret. And looking really good for TradeLikePros to retake this site.
Yeah, Cypher knowing exactly where that plant was going to come through, Sim, with a nice kill. Fig just getting wiped off the board here. Oh, wow. 2v3 here. TradeLikePros have that spike down, but they're just trying, have the spike down, they're trying to fight against it here.
Oh my.
Root with a beautiful dash up, able to take down Cypher. Cheat code all by himself here in this 1v2. Faking the defuse, moving in, trying to get something done here, but Sim with that frenzy, popping off with that. And first round going over to the new Serenity roster here.
I'm about to tell you, this is going to be one of the most epic games we will cast in a lot, or that we've casted in a while. These two teams are absolutely insane, and just after the first pistol round, some of the plays that we've already seen, some of the moves and the absolute awesome things coming out is going to sort of foreshadow the rest of this game.
Justinova is cheesing for a round 2 Phantom, and I am loving it. Have to
round
see
2 Phantom, light armor. We'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, I have to see if this pays off for him here. Chico does. Oh my goodness, just immediately gets wiped out there. Brock able to grab the kill between those shots and that molly that got thrown out here. Cypher moving up, really aggressive angle coming through. Brock able to get himself the second kill. Sim able to grab himself one, and Serenity just demolishing TradeLikePros here.
Yep, Fig on the backside here. Not exactly the best position to do anything about this round. It looks like it's going to go over to the side of Serenity.
Yep, he just has a classic. He's not trying to hold on to anything.
I think he's trying to get in there and maybe take down one member. Oh!
Yep, he's just trying to get himself an ultimate point if he can. Ooh, he might be able to grab himself this kill.
Yeah, actually a really good way to start that off.
I think he's like 10 HP there on Brock. Will be able to move himself around here, and if anyone else jumps through that window, they'll probably die to the turret.
I hope they got that Phantom off of the fallen member, and
yeah, they'll be able to grab it right now. Fig just gonna try to grab that defuse, but you know, sometimes you just gotta eat the spike. You just gotta face tank it. You just gotta run at your death.
Right, yeah. I think he wanted to get to the gray screen the quickest by standing as close as he could to the detonator.
You know, we're both League of Legends players, and sometimes you know that the quickest way back to Fountain is to just die.
Right, right. And I'm sure all of you Valorant enthusiasts love some League some League content coming down from two lovers of League ourselves. But we see a full buy coming out from the side of TradeLikePros as they're, oh my gosh, Pobo almost doing some damage there.
Full Phantoms coming through here on the side of TradeLikePros. Serenity only have that one Phantom that they kept in hand off the really aggressive purchase there from Justinova. Chico in a 1v4. Not only does he live, but he gets one for it. Pow able to get himself one. Justinova moving in on the side. Has that Phantom. Able to get that nice kill off. Oh my goodness. Justinova with a nice 3K. Has that Phantom from earlier, and it is paying off.
Oh my gosh, Justinova took that round away from TradeLikePros, who looked like they were in control. And it's just Fig by himself again. We saw this last round. He has a little bit better of a gun, though, this time.
Yeah, we've had those games in the past where there's just a repetition of one member that we see just constantly get left by themselves, and I really hope that's not Fig's fate for this game.
Why is it always a Killjoy? It's always a Killjoy.
No, it is always a Killjoy, too, because Killjoys can hold that site by themselves. They can hang out by themselves while all of their teammates get wiped on the other side of the map. And
no, I understand the actual reasoning, but the irony of it is just too rich.
It really is. It's pretty much always a Cypher or a Killjoy. One of those Sentinels likes to hang out by themselves. But we only have one kill on 4 members of TradeLikePros here. Haven't been able to get a ton on the board for them here. And Serenity finally have full rifles in hand for themselves.
Yeah, and it's just not looking super hot for TradeLikePros early on in this game here.
You know, but off the back of what we saw in the last game, we saw the first 5 rounds going over. Oh, Sim able to take down Larry Banks at point blank range there. Able to grab himself another kill. Cheat code off the board. Big won't be left alone this time. This time it is Zypher, and this time he falls.
Yep, Zypher picking up one, not allowing that flawless to come out from Serenity. And obviously that was probably going to be a very clean round for Serenity as they had the full rifles and only Sheriffs coming out for TradeLikePros. So we'll have to see TradeLikePros make a stop here before they lose too much ground in this game.
Justinova sitting at 5-1, 6-2 here for Sim, and things looking very good in Serenity here in this the first half.
Yep, but we do see Powell with the operator with the full armor coming down A long. Might be able to pick up one member of Serenity, but they are playing it safe. They are playing it very careful here. Oh, Larry Banks making a very aggressive play. Is it going to work out for him though?
Oh, he's actually pushing up on the Hunter's Fury that's coming through, taking down Brock. Cheat code able to grab himself a nice 2K, but will fall to Root there. TradeLikePros finally have themselves a great round. Root all by himself here, has the spike and should be able to get this plant down onto B.
I think so he faked the plant. You did see the animation does start. TradeLikePros has not heard the spike come down, so they do not know exactly where Root is. But I will highlight that really aggressive push by Larry Banks, picking up the kill onto the Hunter's Fury of Brock, and a bunch of kills going over onto the A lobby over there for TradeLikePros, and they are now up 4-1 in this round. And I think it should go over to them as long as there's no big mistake from their side here.
Yeah, they should be able to make something happen here, and there we go. Fig able to take down Root, should be able to grab this defuse. And my favorite part about the aggro push from Larry was you could tell as soon as he heard that Hunter's Fury get popped, because he switched to his knife and just charged Brock.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I wish he knifed him. Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that be amazing? I think he actually just used his Phantom to grab that kill for himself.
Yeah, probably definitely the safer choice. We've seen in the VSS before where someone has gone for a knife kill and they ended up paying for it with their life. Try to go for that fancy kill, and sometimes it won't pay off.
You know, These players probably have ran into those issues and are not risking it. But we do see the round going over to TradeLikePros. It is 1-4, and they are looking poised to try to bring back a couple rounds in this game here.
Yeah, I'm sure they would rather try to do something like that in a ranked game than a tournament with knockout on the line.
Right. And you got to leave the BM for ranked.
Oh, for sure. But here we go. Larry Banks with his own ultimate this time should be able to take down Brock again. Beautiful kill from him, and they are pushing up onto this Sova. Power able to get himself his own kill there.
Larry Banks, some expert Sova play, almost was able to pick up so much information off his ult, still picking up a kill, and that is great on its own. It is now 5v2 for TradeLikePros.
Yeah, Power with this operator paying off, able to grab himself 2 kills, and just beautiful play coming through here. TradeLikePros finally has rifles in their hand, have that operator in their hand, and they're feeling comfortable now.
Big picking up Root there. That was, I think, even through the wall a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky business kill there, but able to grab himself that, and Cypher finishing the round off. TradeLikePros putting himself a 2nd round on the board.
For some reason, I saw Sim picking up every single one of those kills. He actually does fall, not grabbing anyone. But it looked like they were all lined up for that Phantom to just go nuts. And flawless round for TradeLikePros, so they don't lose any guns here. They'll probably restock a couple of their armor. But looking really good. And if this round falls for Serenity, they might be in a much tougher position.
Yeah, this is definitely a round that is must win for Serenity unless they want to be on pistols here soon. But
actually, yeah, their economy is still looking pretty decent, so they won't be in the stickiest of situations. Yeah, with the ultimate.
I feel like it might be one of those weird situations that we saw in the last game where it's like one person has a Guardian, one person has a Stinger, one person has a Phantom.
And then for some reason, someone just has a Marshall.
Yeah, the Marshall purchase was able to at least get a kill with it in the last game, but I laugh every time I see a Marshall purchase.
No, okay, yeah, I absolutely would not have been able to do anything with the Marshall. I'll say that right now.
You know, every time I think about the Marshall, I think about the sick 4K coming through from our boy Choice Plays. Though one of the times I was watching him stream, he's laughing.
Oh, yes,
he's laughing
absolutely.
thinking about it right now. I think it's his pinned tweet on his Twitter, so go check that out. It's so funny.
Yeah, you could just watch it on repeat. It's incredible. But Sim does fall to Fig, and that is now 5-4 for TradeLikePros, and Fig also dropping the lockdown. So this might be just another round going right over to TradeLikePros.
Yeah, things looking pretty good here. Justinova looking down, tried to take down that Lear. Will fall to cheat code. Gotta love a good Reyna battle, don't you, Barrio?
No, you gotta appreciate those. Those are so fun when you get to see them, especially in a match like this.
4v3 now, 4v2, 4v1. Brock all by himself here trying to make something happen, but Larry has had Brock's number the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's picked up all 3. He picks up 2 for himself alone in that round. And Bump, we are in for a good match here. It is 3-4. All these rounds have been incredible. And yeah, although the first 4 went to Serenity, the last 3 have gone to TradeLikePros. So we might start to see some give and take, or just these teams keep taking patches. And I'm not exactly sure how the rest of this game is going to go.
Yeah, I think it'll be dependent on who can string those wins together in a row. And if TradeLikePros Red can keep these wins coming, they should be looking very good against Serenity.
Key code. Oh, there's some smoke, so you won't see anyone right there. We didn't get to mention it, but Soa is running the operator this round.
Justinova starting things off, taking down Larry Banks. Fake grabbed himself one on the side. Grabbed himself another. Powell popping off. This is a 4v2.
Yeah, Powell getting great use of that operator, pick up a kill for himself. Oh my gosh, almost got caught by Root. And they actually don't know where Serenity is on. They do have almost control of this site.
Yeah, it looks like they will be committing over onto A. Cypher gets wiped out on the backside. And Paula might be in some danger here, calling for his teammates, and they are coming to help him.
Yeah, they are rotating, but they actually don't know. They have not seen both members, so they're being very careful about this. We see both members of Serenity leaving site to try to take control of this plant. Sorry.
Yeah, operator in hand here for Power. Should be able to guard A-Long very well. And here we go. Should be able to just get a nice force defuse, but no, cheat code with this. I'm sorry, Brock with this Hunter's Fury.
Oh, he's able to get to
it.
half.
Oh my goodness, they got the half defuse, so they're able to force.
Oh,
Chico
man.
is a monster.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think that should happen with the Hunter's Fury. You should not be able to get that to half, but it still came out. And TradeLikePros was able to get the defuse for themselves, bring this to 4-4.
Yeah, Fig did a great job of getting that defuse halfway done before he fell and just left Cheat Code plenty of time to work with. And 10-5 now on this Reyna. 7-5 on Justinova's Reyna. So this is just a Reyna battle.
Yeah, no, it has absolutely been, and it's something awesome to see. I was going to highlight an agent select, but I didn't get to. When mastered and when really played to its high effectiveness, these agents can really take over a game.
Yeah, for sure, but a big push coming through here for Serenity on this C angle. Fig trying to hold off, trying to get some shots through the smoke if he can, but Zypher falling as the first kill goes over to Sim. Ooh, Brock finally gets a revenge kill onto Larry there. Larry's had Brock's number for so long. Gotta feel good to get that revenge kill.
Brock for sure gave him a little quick call back there. Picked up a kill for himself, and it is a 3v4 for Serenity, 3v5.
Beautiful kill coming through here for Cheat Code. Got himself overhealed back up to full health, full shield, and he is all by himself here.
Oh my.
Has that Empress, and if there's any agent that can do this 1v3, it is an Arena 1v2 now. Not sure if the clock is looking very good, but bang, will finish things off, grabbing Cheat Code and finally putting another round on the board here after losing 4 in a row.
Yeah, Cheat Code almost brought that round. And we do see it falling. We do see the round going over to Serenity, and it is now 5-4. And man, this game is close.
Yeah, things looking very close. 13-6 right now on Cheat Code. Wow.
We see Powell spending a ton of credits again to pick up the operator. She actually did not get a kill last round, but did fall with it. So you just have to make that trade to get effectiveness from it.
Really aggro peaks coming through here on both sides, fighting over those garage doors, and Fig is about to find a bunch of members over here on C. Does get swept out, and they know exactly where he'll be now. Oh, beautiful
Larry.
shots coming through the smoke. Larry Banks able to grab one before he falls. Justinova grabbing that kill. Fig all by himself in the back corner here. Able to grab himself that headshot. Able to grab himself 2. All by himself for now. Teammates coming to help him out. About to find himself another member on the side, but this is Sim all by himself now. And TradeLikePros just fighting.
Oh my gosh, that was great. Oh, Sim picking up Cypher there. He is going to fall to Cheat Code. And, you know, Fig really popping off with that 3K. Almost no ammo left in his gun before he would have had to reload. And he still picks up 3 for his team there. And it's now 5-5. So just really close rounds coming out from both sides every single time.
Yeah, very clean play coming through. And this is looking like a very even game. But it looks like a mostly econ buy here for Serenity. They do have 2 Phantoms, but that is all they're going to be able to buy for those 2 members.
Yeah, oh, we do see Fig picking up the last orb to get the lockdown for herself. And, you know, I don't think they got any information about the push. So I'm not sure if they know exactly where Serenity is, but they do now as they do push onto A site.
Yeah, that lockdown now available, and a big collapse coming through here for TradeLikePros Red.
They are able to get the spike down.
Ooh, lockdown coming through. Larry Banks able to grab himself a nice 2K there. Hunter's Fury coming through on the side. Another Hunter's Fury getting popped. Both ultimates available at the same time. So many ultimates getting used this round. Bang does get locked up. 3K coming through for Larry this round.
Oh no, and Cheat Code picks up Bang, who got locked down.
Yeah, he could have knifed him at that point.
Right, right. I was about to say, but you know, he's still not going to provide that BM this game here.
We saw so many ultimates get invested into that round, and we still have 3 on each side available for this last round of the half here. So might have some more big plays coming through. People just swinging for these kills.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Larry popping off last round, kicking up 2 for himself. Just some big ultimates with Reyna on TradeLikePros. Has the Hunters, what's it called exactly?
The Empress for Reyna?
Yeah, Empress. And can use that. We do see the run back coming from Sim.
Yep, Sim popped the run it back, moving in. Root taking down Power to start things off. Serenity with this 5v4 teleport coming in, and that is an A heaven teleport coming through for TradeLikePros.
Members spread out all across the map.
Cypher about to find himself a few members on the A side. Larry grabs a bunch of damage down onto Sim, but this is TradeLikePros in a 4v5, trying to collapse back in, trying to make some plays happen, but this is a 2v4 now. Looks like we might have a 6-6 half coming through. 2v3 now. Fig still fighting, able to grab himself 1. 2v2. What is happening? Sim able to finish the round off. That is Serenity evening things up. Wow. Sim
Clutch at the last second. Sim picking up 2 kills for himself. 6-6, like you said. And we are into this next half. We are into the pistol round. And these 2 teams, like I said from the beginning, this is going to be an epic game. And it's going to come down to who can execute better as a team.
Yeah, we'll have to see who is feeling more comfortable on this side swap now. Cheat Code still sitting at 15 kills. He has been popping off. Justinova not at the top of his team anymore, but still has been very much Reyna v Reyna.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A big Reyna game for both teams here. We see Brock looking to get that information early. He's not going to provide anything, as it is a B push for TradeLikePros.
Yeah, both darts get sent to pretty much the same spot. Neither sweep out anyone, so this will be the first time they're getting info here on the side of Serenity. Moving and trying to make something happen. Sim, 1 with the molly, 1 with the pistol. Beautiful play there.
Yeah, really, really excellent stuff from him. As he does get 2, like you said. Root's about to run into 2 members for free.
Gets himself 2 free kills there. Sim picks himself up a 3K onto Larry, and that is a quick first round going over to Serenity.
Oh, that is a great first round going over to Serenity, as they have gotten 4. They kept 4 members alive. We saw a highly volatile second round coming out from both teams last round. And Serenity picked up the pistol last time, and see if TradeLikePros opts for a force buy, as it does look like they are. And it's got to work out for them, because if it doesn't, they're going to be put into a hole, just like they were in the beginning of this game.
Yeah, I think if Serenity is able to continue putting these points on the board, especially at the beginning of these halves, that is will be so instrumental for them finding these wins. But TradeLikePros are able to win this round here. I think we wouldn't see a repeat of that first half.
Oh my gosh, Sim picking up 2. He was caught around the corner there. He does eventually fall to Fig, but it's now a 4v3.
Powell able to get some nice shots off there, taking down Brock. Fig is popping off 2v3 now, 2v2. Bang, able to grab himself that kill.
Man, and now it's a 2v2, and we'll have to see how these two duos try to take each other out. The retake is coming in.
Oh, but Powell was so low. It was a 1v2, but barely that. I think he had like 4 HP on him. Root with this Bucky, able to make some kills happen, and gotta love some Bucky kills.
Yeah, you gotta love a Bucky that picks up 2 kills to clutch out the round, and brings Serenity not only to a big lead, but it's 2 late in this game, or I guess started the second half, but 8-6. We'll see if they can expand this lead. They did put TradeLikePros behind again, as they are forcing another round in a row.
Yeah, trying to get themselves towards that double-digit mark, and Sim already has that ultimate available. Third round of the half, and
yes, Sim, we have to highlight really, really great stuff from him early on that round, picking up 2 kills to sort of dispel the push of TradeLikePros.
Power not able to get those pistol shots off there. Wow, Chico will fall there. Beautiful shots coming through for Sim. He's been able to get so much, and he's able to get himself out. Oh my God, 4K coming through for Sim. What is happening?
What is wrong with Sim? He goes crazy. He just can't die over here. It looked like he had his run it back, even though he didn't, and he picks up 4 kills for himself. That was insane. Look at his score now, 21-10, and he absolutely has his ultimate now.
Beautiful positioning, moves himself in through garage there, and just wipes out all of TradeLikePros.
Yeah, he basically took 4 1v1s all at the same time. It was insane. And really, really great stuff from him to lock down that round from him. And we now have a score of 9-6.
Yeah, we typically don't see as much luck coming through when someone switches from the SMG to the pistol. They typically are able to get some shots off with the pistol, but not able to get 3 kills with that pistol. Beautiful play coming through from Sim. We do have a technical pause coming through. Looks like we just had Justinova connect back in, so we should be back in shortly. Looks like he hadn't moved for quite a bit, and here we go.
Yeah, and we see TradeLikePros. They are sitting on great economy, but they're not going to trade out the weapons they have because they worked for them last round, and they can save up for the future of this game to maybe close it out here.
Yep, Larry gets swept out to start the round here. Stingers and Buckies here for the side of Serenity. Like you mentioned, they had that money, but, I mean, it worked last time. Why not try it again?
Right, and then why waste the guns you have? You could just keep saving up so that you can sort of be really set for the rest of this game. As Larry Banks, his drone does fall. He does see Bach. Or is it Brock? I think it's Brock, not Bach.
Brock, yep. But Justinova here takes so much damage. Going to be in a difficult position. Does get swept out there. They know exactly where he is now. They probably have an idea that he took some damage off the back of that. He falls any second now. There goes Larry, grabbing that kill. Did so much damage with the shock darts, and he's able to collect the kill off the back of it. Oh my goodness, Rue able to grab himself 1, but 2 quick kills coming through there for Chico. Larry able to grab himself 1. Cypher falls on the side, and this is Bang all by himself.
Yeah, TradeLikePros will not lose this game. They want to bring it back, and they pick up most of the members of Serenity. Bang is all by himself, and he does give takedown power. We've been seeing the Stinger go nuts all game. People have been just picking up kill after kill with that gun, and they bring it back 7-9.
Yeah, we've had some really good Stinger plays coming through, and it's just so good for how cheap it is.
Right, absolutely.
But we finally have an operator in the hand of Root. Like you mentioned, they were saving those guns from the last round. They didn't force up 4 Phantoms. They kept those Stingers, kept that Bucky. Have another pause coming through.
I think every player just wants to be all set. Unfortunately, we have to sort of make sure that all the players are ready to go into these especially crucial late game rounds here.
Yeah, we're into the second half here, and this is when it gets so important. Serenity are finally, we're finally starting to make that lead grow apart. Thankfully for TradeLikePros, they're able to stop the bleeding just a little bit, but they really need to make sure they don't give up another round soon.
And we could see Sim, oh, he actually does fall. I was about to highlight that he did have the run it back, but he falls before he could even use it.
And that is the worst time to die, when you have that ability that cancels out what would have been your death.
Right, exactly. And the attacker's Killjoy coming down.
Ooh, Justinova about to get swept out here, but Powell forces up. Fig does fall as a result of that, and
it's 3-2 in favor of TradeLikePros as they're taking this site here. It looks like they're gonna have a really good control of this site.
Yeah, they've done a very good job so far. Brock up in the top side, Power taking down Root, and things not looking good for Serenity. TradeLikePros not ready to stop fighting yet. They are trying to move up into the top 8, trying to keep their day going.
Yeah, Brock is gonna sort of take what he can and get out. You know, they took 2 members from TradeLikePros, and he's gonna save for the rest of this round. Let the spike go off, pick up the operator for his team, and just try to play this round safe here.
Yeah, thankfully he was able to get that operator. Therefore, his team should go over into the hands of that Jet probably.
Yeah, we don't see a hunt going on for TradeLikePros. They are also know the stakes of this game and know the stakes of the round that they're at. And every single round matters here. As in now 8-9, so TradeLikePros looked like there's a 3. It didn't look like there was a 3-game gap for Serenity, and they've brought it back only to 1 now.
Yeah, TradeLikePros have gotten those rifles in their hands. They've got to be feeling much better now, and the play is looking much cleaner. Root has that operator that was picked up by Brock, and no operator now on the side for Serenity.
See Brock tossing out that dart again. We've seen it every round. Does not fall, but that was almost a kill going over to.
He probably saw the bullet on his screen for that one. Sometimes
whizzed right by him.
Yeah, you get those trails that fly right by your head, and he definitely saw one of those. Bang about to find himself in a 1v4 here, able to grab himself some shots onto Power there before he falls. Sight for him to grab himself that kill. Justinova moving in, trying to grab these kills. Not able to make anything happen before he gets wiped out by Powell, but look at that, 6 HP left on Powell.
Yeah. Oh, we see the Hunter's Fury coming out. Is it, or not Hunter's Fury, sorry, Run It Back.
Oh, Hunter's Fury got popped also, but Root here not able to, I think he actually did get a leg shot. Switches over to this rifle, about to find himself in a 1v3, grab himself that last 2 kills, and that is Serenity moving themselves into the double-digit point.
Man, I believe Serenity, it was a 3v4 retake that they completely wiped out the members of TradeLikePros. What started off really well for TradeLikePros ended in disaster. Now it's 10-8, and they are in the double digits, and they are close to closing this game out.
Yeah, Root has the operator again, forcing up to buy that for themselves. Powa has one for himself, but like you like to say, going glass cannon this time around. No shield, will be very vulnerable for himself. Zypher starting us off, taking out one. Power taking out Root on the other side. Beautiful 2K coming through. TradeLikePros not ready to stop fighting yet, making it a 5v2 to start the round.
Yep, they pick up a really great advantage early on in the round. Justin Nova's going to pick up Cypher and see if Serenity can pull off something. It's just Brock by himself here.
Yeah, Brock all by himself here, moving into a 1v4. Really low HP on this killjoy. Powell will be able to finish this off, moving the differential back within 1. TradeLikePros, they are not ready to stop fighting yet, Barria.
No, they are not. Yeah, absolutely. They have, even though sometimes there's been a gap put between them and their, or a lead put between them with Serenity, they've made very decisive comeback rounds, and that was just another example of that. And they might just do the same thing here, as they actually are spread out amongst their attack, and they're just trying to switch it up because they've done B, I think, almost 3 rounds in a row here. Oh my gosh, cheat code picking up Root through the smoke. That's a great way to start off this round for TradeLikePros.
Yeah, G-Code also does have this Empress available.
Yes.
I think that would be very instrumental in closing this gap even more, making it 10-10. Brock able to grab himself a quick 2K, even this back up. 3K coming through for Brock. He might even just find himself a clean ace here. Power taking him down with that frenzy, grabbing himself the operator again.
Gosh, that was huge for the side of Serenity. He picked up 3 kills. Basically gave a complete stop to the side of TradeLikePros, who were going to push into A, and Powell picks up Sim for himself. Now 2-2.
Yeah, making this a 2v2. Serenity still has that Empress available for themselves, and they are getting ready to move in for a B plant here. TradeLikePros, Zypher will fall to bang. 1v2 now. TradeLikePros were looking so good for this round, but Brock said, no, this is ours, sorry.
Oh man, Powell with the 3K already in this round. He's got the blades. Let's see what he can do as he's moving over into C site. It actually looks quite good for TradeLikePros in this 1v1.
Yeah, and a 1v1 looking much better. Justanova has no shield.
No shield and doesn't exactly know where the jet is. It could be down C lawn. He actually snuffed it out. Pros don't fake. She's got halfway, but Powell picks up the 4K and stops the defuse. It is now 10-10. They bring the game back, tie it up. Both teams at double digits, and it is getting close to maybe another potential overtime bump.
Yeah, looking like we might be going to overtime here. Powell not ready to stop fighting. I'm just so impressed with that ultimate. We've seen the Jets get so good with the Blade Storm, and
yeah, absolutely.
That was just Powell scrambling across the map, trying to find out where Justanova was going to be coming from, and was able to figure that out. Now we're at the point for Serenity where if they don't win this next round, everyone in terms of credits is beneath 500. They're going to be going into some match points with pistols and SMGs.
Yeah, and we see a couple ultimates on the side of Serenity that could affect them, but I would like to highlight the Killjoy's ultimate. Being used on attack can really influence how a team takes a site, and we'll see if they get good use out of that this round.
Split push coming through here for the side of TradeLikePros, moving into this A, and there's no one guarding A.
Yeah,
Look at that map.
I think they're trying to take the retake. They might have even known that the Killjoy ultimate was coming down, so they didn't want to get caught with their caught anywhere unlucky with that Killjoy ultimate.
Yep, don't want to get caught in the lockout there. Don't want to get caught with no gun in your hands for 6 seconds or whatever it is.
Right, you basically can't walk, no gun in your hand. And
just get to watch yourself die.
Yeah.
A sleep paralysis demon coming through from the side of the Killjoy ult.
Yeah, we see Root picking up 2 kills already, and it's looking good for Serenity to retake this site. Oh my gosh, Powell grabbing 1.
Yeah, Powell able to grab himself 1. Pink's coming out on the spike. Pros don't fake. Larry Banks able to grab himself the 1. 2v2 now. Forcing it onto this defuse. Brock able to grab himself the 1v1. Trying to get this final part of the defuse off. Brock able to get this off. I don't know if he has enough time though. Beautiful clock management from TradeLikePros Red. Able to fight that out. Able to win it. Just.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how close Serenity was to getting that half defuse? I think like 2 members fell trying to defuse it, and they were like half a second away from at least getting half. And Brock would have been able to defuse if he had that half.
Yeah, if he was just trying to get the second half of the defuse coming through, that definitely would have gone in favor of him, but
did not.
3 rounds in a row now going over in favor of TradeLikePros Red, and they've got to be feeling good. Look at this. We have 4 members of Serenity with 0 credits after this round. They were able to get themselves 4 Phantoms, but they have nothing now. They have to win this round.
This is a must-do round for Serenity, and
if Serenity doesn't win this, they go into match point with pistols.
They go to, it's not looking good for them. They have to do something here. They have to make some kind of play, but
best case, they have Stingers and Spectres for match point if they lose this. So very tense situation here, but
you can just see you can see the intensity here.
One of the craziest facts is that there's no ultimates available right now.
Right,
we rarely get this far into the game with not even 1.
Both teams understood how important last round was, so all the ultimates came out.
Yeah, everything getting used in the last round. Larry Banks starting us off, taking down Justanova, making it a 5v4. Root able to grab 1 on the side there, backing himself out, and finally have the Hunter's Fury available. Look at the health bar on that Sova for Serenity, though.
It's barely there, and you see TradeLikePros picking up a kill on B site, dipping out, and now re-pushing a site. So Serenity not exactly sure where this push is. They have a good idea. It's on A.
Oh, that Sky Molly landed next to Powa.
Right,
like,
right. He
right
could feel
on
the
the
heat.
edge.
He could
yeah.
feel it, but it
oh,
wasn't
yeah, he
burning him.
He could toast a marshmallow off that
Right,
one.
right.
Like, Root trying to get this force defuse off. Sim able to take down cheat code. 4v2. Serenity in a very good position to not be going into match point. Sim taking down 1. Sim taking down 2 on the side, and that is TradeLikePros falling. Serenity tying it back up.
Yeah, that is 11-11. That was a huge round for Serenity. Only 1 member dropped with them, so they still have their guns. They might be able to spread that out, get their last member a full rifle. And the last thing I'll mention is Sim with the ultimate. Is he going to be able to make a huge play here to push them to game point? We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, match point on the line here for both teams. They are... This has been a really, really good matchup here.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have 2 stingers here on the side of TradeLikePros.
Well, you know how this game's gone? I'll give it to the Stingers. Like, those things have been crazy. They might not be a match to the Phantoms or the Vandals, though. Oh my gosh. Great heads-up play
angle.
by Justin Nova, hiding from that dart.
A really unfortunate bounce there. If it bounced to the other side of that box, he would have been in a been completely unable to dodge that. But working with what he got there.
Man, you can just see these 2 teams not wanting to lose a member, not wanting to lose a single HP, and they're playing it safe. They're playing it very cautious, but also trying to play it smart here.
Yeah, just trying to see which team makes a mistake first. Whichever team gets to capitalize on a mistake will be the one that gets to take this round here.
Oh, and here we go. TradeLikePros making the movement onto A site.
Yeah, big push here. Sim taking down 1. Might be able to grab himself 3K, but no. 2K going over to Sim. 2K going over to Bang. 3K going over to Bang, and that is Serenity with a flawless round to take them to match point.
Oh my gosh, TradeLikePros made the mistake that sort of opened up the entire round for Serenity as Sim picked up 2 kills and 2 more going over to Root. And you know what? Sim still with that ultimate. Still can make a huge movement or momentum swing here, and the guns coming out from TradeLikePros. Or from
no. Yeah, TradeLikePros finds themselves in the situation that they were almost able to force Serenity and going into match point without a Phantom or a Vandal. That is going to be rough. They're going to have to try to find a pick here onto Serenity. TradeLikePros fighting just for overtime at this point. Justin Nova taking down cheat code to start things off. 5v4 in favor of Serenity. Run it back available, and the Blades did get popped by Power. Moving in, trying to get that kill, not able to find anything. Rue taking out Power. Rue with a big 2K. All is Larry by himself, but that is Serenity. The new Serenity roster moving themselves into the top 8, looking so clean.
Oh my gosh, so clean bump by Serenity. They really deserve that round, as players like Sim and Root really did amazing the entire game, and really hard fought round here, but it's just going to go over to Serenity.
Yeah, there was those little rounds back and forth where there were a couple times where there was rounds where we said it was must win for Serenity, and they were able to win that, and it really just came down to those little individual rounds. 13-11, that means if they didn't win those 2 rounds that we were talking about that were must win, they literally came down to be must win rounds. That's insane.
I mean, like you highlighted, some members with literally like 3 members with 0 credits on the side in that one of those last rounds there, and Serenity was able to pull it out and bring that game. Really great stuff. And no surprise here, 28, 15, and 7 for Sim. Just great stuff. You know, I highlight that round where he picked up the 4K, used the Stinger to get 3 and the pistol to get 1. Just great stuff from him.
Yeah, and was able to find himself some nice flanks there. We saw him pick up 2 members in like the A-long cubby area there in the last, I think it was the second to last round of the game. But beautiful play coming through from this new Serenity roster, formerly, most of them formerly of the Lemonade Stand. But man, we love Serenity here at the VSS, and we are really excited to see them move into the top 8.
All right, and that's going to do it for us here in this round of 16. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back into the next round. So stay